Okay, the August 24, 2011 meeting of the Human Services Committee will now come to order. And will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Andrews? Mr. Daniele is excused. Ms. Cayley? Mr. Lightfoot is excused. Mr. Quattro? Mr. Rocco? And Chairwoman Draw?
Here.
And President Adair?
Here.
Thank you. Is there anyone signed up for public forum to speak this evening?
There is. When I call your name, please come forward to the podium. You will have 2 minutes to address the committee. Please conclude when the buzzer sounds. Our first speaker is Ricardo Adams.
Come right up here. Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, my name is Ricardo Adams. I'm here in reference to the support for burial funding. From my experiences, people who commit capital murder, when they're getting ready to get executed, they get a last wish. And all I'm asking is that this committee respect people in death. Maybe they committed the crime of being a person of color or being a poor person, but still respect the person in death. It's a one-time thing. Increase this thing. My mother just died 2 or 3 years ago, worked all her life, and she had to use that, and the $1,250 wasn't enough. I had to borrow $600 more just, and all she got was cremated. The service was at the funeral home. It's just not enough, man. That's all I'm asking, man. Give what a capital murder. Give respect a person in death, man. That's all I'm asking y'all, man. Increase this funding. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Vincent Shelton.
Hi, Vincent. Nice to see you. How are you? Nice to see you.
Hello.
Honorable Legislative Committee, I wish to bring to your attention a matter that continues to plague relatives and friends of the poor seeking a dignified burial for their loved ones. In 2008, there was a partnership formed with the Funeral Directors Association, see attachment, which I will pass out, see attachment, to provide equitable service. Several package plans were suggested, and we settled on plan number 4. Again, I refer to see the attachment. The partnership was to be reviewed and evaluated after 6 months. To this date, that has not happened. What has happened is more people are being forced against their religious and cultural beliefs to cremate their loved ones due to inadequate funding. Presently, there is a community burial fund that the Greater Rochester Council of Churches keeps, along with the county having some input with disbursement. What we want. First, the county having determined a person eligible to receive a grant of $1,250 should inform that person of the community burial fund should additional funds be needed. Second, revisiting of the Funeral Director Partnership and implementing of plan number 4. Again, I refer to see attachment. If a plot is donated, the county should pay for the digging of the grave. Fourth, reinstate the 2006 burial grant of $1,850. Fifth, a more amicable and compassionate interview with those who apply for burial assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent.
Our last speaker is Hubert Wilkerson. Nope.
Okay. Okay. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. You had before you the July 27th, 2011 minutes. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified by any changes by the end of today. Next item on the agenda is new business. Madam Clerk.
Refer 11-203.
Moved by Legislator Rocco, second by Legislator Quattro. Is there any discussion on this? Legislator Andrews.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and through you to the administration. Just given the drop in funding for the H1N1 pandemic flu preparedness program, can the administration just speak to how the counties will remain prepared to handle all emergencies that would fall under this category?
Through the chair, that funding that was decreased, from last year previously, that is a result of specific money that actually helped with, the increased need that we had, to provide, among other things, vaccinations to the 25,000 folks that we had during H1N1. And so to that extent, we have not seen the same level of cases following that period from 2009 to 2010. And we do believe that the capacity that we currently have and that we're funding is able to meet our current needs.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, item carries. Next item.
Referral 11-204.
Moved by Legislator Quattro, second by Legislator Rocco. Any discussion on this? Legislator Andrews.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And through you to the administration, it says that this is the second year of funding for this grant, so I wondered if someone could speak to how it went in the first year and what exactly we did with the funding and if we view it as successful or what our goals and measures are for the upcoming year. Thank you.
Yes, through you, Madam Chair. This is actually the second year of this particular funding. We did receive funding similar to this 3 years prior, and that money at that point in time had gone to Mercy Residential. Last year we decided that the funding would be better served by, well, actually the Continuum of Care decided that the money would be better served if it went to DHS and emergency housing. We do have some statistics that I can, that if you give me a second to find, I'll review with you. The goal of this program is actually to serve 100 children, but last year we did serve substantially more than that. Hang on one sec. Last year we were able to serve 166 youth. 87 of those youth, we knew their destination at the end. 71 of those youth were moved into permanent housing, and 100% of the youth stayed engaged with the program once they were connected with mainstream services.
Thank you. Do you know specifically if the youth are getting enrolled back in school or are receiving their GEDs?
Through you, Madam Chair, I'd have to look at those statistics and I could get back to you on those.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Any other discussion? Legislator Cayley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to the administration, recently in some neighborhood dealings, there have been committees that deal with a program called Safety Net. And does this cover any of the youth that are re-entering into the Monroe County area through that program? Are you familiar with what I'm not very familiar with the program itself, through the chair.
Through you, Madam Chair, it's very possible that some of these youth could be a part of what Safety Net's about. We do have approximately 800 youth that are homeless in any 1 year time frame, and it's very possible that they could be involved with Safety Net. I've heard a little bit about Safety Net, but I'm not 100% clear with what that is, and I would be happy to, again, find out for you and get back to you.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, item carries. Okay. Seeing none other new business, is there any other matters to come before this committee? Legislator Andrews.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd just like to ask my monthly question through you regarding the outsourcing possibility at MCH. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we have not yet made a decision or a final report, final decision on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Being no further business, the August 24th, 2011 meeting of the Human Services Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Human Services Committee is scheduled for September 27th at 6 p.m. Thank you. Have a nice evening.